What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Breakfast with Perkins. I'm, of course, your host, Perkins. There's been a lot to get into, a lot happening over the last week and a lot to get into, so we're just going to get right into it. First of all, on the gaming front, obviously, as we all know, it looks like Sony said by 2028 they're wanting to go completely discless and go pure digital. And then Xbox had said something on the coattails of that, saying they were wanting to do something with going digital or something. I don't know what it is. There seems to be a lot of upset with wanting to go digital. I get both sides of the argument. I get both. The one side of the argument is if everything's digital, then you don't own a physical copy, and then you're at the behest of the game developers and the storefronts to, not take the games away whenever they want. Because if you buy a game digitally and then they decide, oh, we're going to pull that, you're just fucked. Like, you can't play that game anymore. So I get the irritation there. On the other side of that, though, I don't get the irritation. I haven't bought a physical copy of a game since, actually, I know exactly when that was. There's a copy of Bully right over there that I bought for the Series X. God, it was like in the bargain bin at Walmart for like $5. Bully's a great game, by the way. If you've ever played it, play it. You'll love it. That was the last game I got. I can't even remember when that was. So I can't think of the last time I ever bought physical media. It's all been digital, and I have yet to run into a game that I wanted to play and was taken off of a Play Store or had the license revoked. Whatever it is, something that's going to keep me from playing the game that I want to play. I haven't had that yet. Now, yes, I do know that it is possible to have that happen. I've heard it happen with games before. I know it's happened with games before, and I know it'll probably happen with games. But I think it doesn't happen enough to warrant the anxiety of going to an all digital sales format. It does happen, yes, but I think we'll be fine. I understand the growing pains of it. And I'm a 90s kid. I absolutely miss seeing all the jewel cases with all the games and the titles sticking out. And I still have all of my Xbox games, Xbox and Xbox 360 games, and I love looking at them. Do I play them? No. But they're nice to look at. And ownership has never crossed my mind when it came to those games. They're just nice to look at. You know what I'm saying? In terms of ownership, I do get it. I just don't think it's going to be the end-all, be-all with okay, I get it, but I also don't see the I don't know. I just don't get the outcry. And especially when they said what, 85 to 90 or 80 to 85 or something like that, all those sales have gone to digital. So physical copies are only, it seems more of like a vintage thing, more of like a throwback thing. Someone from like my age demographic and older would like to have physical copies of games. I don't think younger people, like the younger side of millennials and the Gen Zers, they couldn't give a fuck about physical copies because they're all playing Fortnite and dumb shit like that, and they don't care about a physical copy. I get both sides of it, but I don't think it's warranting the outcry that it's getting. I don't know. But that's just my thought on that. Also, the new Jackass movie came out, and I wanted to talk about that real quick. I absolutely loved it. It was great. It was a good send-off. It was a perfect blend of, so they had new stunts, and then they would pepper in clips from Jackass of yesteryear or CKY of yesteryear. Things that didn't get to air, things they didn't get to show, things that, whatever it was. It was a really good send-off, and then they were talking about it and stuff too. Real quick though, just want to get this off my chest. That new girl, whoever the new girl is in the Jackass crew, she did absolutely fuck all. She didn't contribute to any stunts. She didn't do anything. She literally just sat there, like she was Jackass's first lady, and she was more of like a representation. I don't know. She was a complete waste of time. That woman. She could have been out of the movie, and the movie would not have suffered one bit. There would have been no stunt that they couldn't have done, no stunt that they couldn't have fulfilled. She contributed nothing to the movie. I don't know what, and I see she's all over social media right now, like using that, because everyone's saying the same thing, and she's using that as like to get the publicity, and like she's poking fun at herself, but really it's like not, I don't know, stupid. But one thing I will say, which kind of sucked, was Bam, none of Bam and the CKY guys were at the Jackass premiere or in the movie. Everyone in the movie was part of the original Jackass crew or the Wild Boys, Chris Pontius, Steve-O, and all that stuff like that. And let's be 100% honest here. Jackass wouldn't be anywhere near as big as it was had it not been for Bam and the CKY guys. Let's just put it on the table. Johnny Knoxville did a great job with the brand of Jackass and getting it to where it is, and Jeff Tremaine and all those guys. They did a great job of making it as big as it was, but it never would have got to as big as it was had it not been for Bam and the CKY crew. So it was kind of sad not seeing any of the CKY guys in the movie, or they had clips of them in the movie, but they weren't commentating. There was no commentary from any of them, which was kind of sad. But it was a really cool send-off, and I remember seeing Jackass with the very first Jackass skit I ever saw was when Johnny Knoxville went into a Chinese restaurant, and he ordered some type of noodle, some type of vegetarian dish, and he had dog shit in a newspaper, and he had the newspaper under his arm, and he'd go order his dish, and then he'd put the dog shit into the noodles, and he's like, yeah, I ordered the vegetarian dish. What is this, some type of bean curd?
Can I get the lardna veggie? Excuse me, sir?
Yes?
I ordered a vegetarian dish and there's some kind of sausage in it.
That was the very first skit I ever saw, and I think I was like 10 or 9. And I was crying laughing. I remember this because me and my mom, we lived in the apartment in Urbandale. And I remember just crying laughing, looking at this shit like, what is this show? What is going on? And then ever since then, it's just been crazy. And yeah, absolutely. I will say CKY, if you're taking the Jackass crew and then you're taking the CKY crew, CKY all day. I mean, fuck, they gave Bam his own show, 2 shows on MTV, Unholy Union and Viva La Bam, and then they gave Bam and his crew pretty much carte blanche to do whatever they wanted. MTV just signed the checks. You guys want to do what? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead. Think of how many lines you remember from anything Bam oriented, but you don't really recite any Jackass shit. I think Bam was doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the Jackass name, and CKY and the rest of those guys, and I preferred them over the Jackass crew, but they made a great team when they came together. But yeah, in all seriousness, yeah, CKY was doing the heavy lifting there. And of course we got World Cup news. Now I want to say, the last time I made a video, I had said I hope Bosnia wins. Only because I like an underdog story. I always root for the underdog, even if it's against my own interest. I'll always root for the underdog. That's just how I am. I like seeing a good, underdog story. So I made that video. What the hardcore Americans who have never watched soccer and couldn't give a fuck about the World Cup heard was, I hate America. It should be razed to the ground and turned into a giant car park. That's what they heard. That's not what I said. Now it's interesting. I had even said before the game, I would prefer Bosnia win it, but America's got the stronger team. I don't care who wins. Like it's a win-win either way. And Bosnia lost. They got beat by America. And so a bunch of people were like, oh yeah, fuck you, yeah. There was people that came back to my video after the fact, and said, yeah, this didn't age well, did it? Like I'm supposed to be sitting up here losing sleep that Bosnia lost. I didn't lose sleep. I didn't care. I didn't have a dog in the fight. Like I didn't, actually that's wrong. I had 2 dogs in the fight and one of the dogs won. So a culture that I'm very close to, or the country that I'm from, it was a win-win either way. Whoever won, I was going to be happy with. But then I started getting irritated from all these people that, now, granted, I know that it's a very small, minuscule amount of people. They don't make up the entirety of I'm aware of this. Calling me un-American and I'm not patriotic and all this stuff like that. And let me just say this. I love America. If you take the politics out of it, the politics and the government, just the people and the everyday goings on and stuff like that, America's dope. It's awesome. I think all of the videos of people here for the World Cup, I think that's evidence of that. And I think when left to our own devices, we meld. We get along. You see, you got Mexico's throwing Norwegians in the air, and you got Bosnians making chivapi with fucking Americans, and you got Ecuadorians. I mean, it is such a awesome time and such a awesome melting pot to see everything that's going on. And I love that. And I love that people are able to come to my country and enjoy it for what it is. And a lot of foreigners are saying, you're told a lot about, America being scary and it's dangerous and all this stuff like that. And then you get here and you realize it's nothing like what you're told on the news and stuff like that. And I completely agree. So politics aside, yes, I love America. Now, when you bring the politics in, now people were saying that I was hardcore left-wing and liberal and all this stuff. I don't vote. I haven't voted. I'm actually on record. I've even made statuses about it saying I'm in the middle, and if I had to lean slightly left or right, it would be slightly right. Slightly. I'm still very much in the middle. Still in the middle enough for the far right to hate me and the far left to hate me. So that's fine, but I'm in the middle, slightly leaning right. Where I sit politically is, in a nutshell, you should be able to have as many guns as you want, and you should be able to abort as many babies as you want. That's where I'm at. Do what you want to do. I don't care. But people took a really odd stance on me saying I hope Bosnia wins, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. Fast forward to last night. Belgium faces America. Now, America wasn't supposed to play with, what's his name? Balogun, is that his name? The Nigerian guy. He originally got red carded, wasn't supposed to be in the game. And apparently somehow Trump got involved and overturned the red card or something like that. I don't know. Really odd. Trump should have never have gotten in there. That was just real funny style. The politics should have never gotten in mixed with the sports. And it's interesting because we're showing the world how awesome America is, and America's this cool thing, and then of course Trump's got to get in there and be like, well, and it's just like you brought every bit of forward we've taken, you've brought it back. And that's not a hate at Trump. I think Trump's one of the funniest fucking people in the world. If you want to talk about entertainment, strictly entertainment purposes, Trump is A tier. Trump is one of the funniest dudes you'll ever see in your life. Bush was too. They need to actually get Bush back in office because he was fun. He was a fun president. I liked him. And especially going back and watching his clips as an adult, Bush was fucking hilarious. But yeah, somehow Trump gets in there, and I had told my friend, I said, I think Belgium is going to take this as, oh, you want to overturn the red card? Cool. Bet. Hold my beer. And Belgium did exactly that and pushed America's shit in 4-1. And then Belgium gets on there and says, overturn this. Which I absolutely love. I think that's fucking great. I know, again, I'll get called, an America hater and whatever the fuck. I got no issue with it. I didn't mind if America won the entire thing, but the irritation that I got from people that don't even watch the fucking sport, people that couldn't even, Americans as a whole don't watch soccer. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about it. You go in with the exception of foreigners, like if I go into the Bosnian bar, it's not odd to have the soccer game going. You go into a Mexican restaurant, it's not odd to watch soccer in there. But you go to your normal bar and grill, wherever it may be, your Applebee's or your I almost said Legends, that's not even around anymore. You go into your, wherever it is, it's football, basketball, baseball. Americans don't give a fuck about soccer. But for some reason, because America's involved and you say, oh, I hope this team is, then they want to get in there and act like, oh, you're not rooting for America. Motherfucker, you don't even watch soccer. You don't even watch it. Football. Soccer, football, excuse me. You don't even care. You're just getting riled up because it's going against the country. And as I said, I love America. America's great. It's a great place to live when you take the politics out of it. America's great, and a lot of the country is seeing that. But now America's out of the World Cup. And what are you going to do? So I think now I'm rooting for either Norway or Belgium. It's interesting. Some guy on there said, he goes, what? He goes, yeah, you got to go back to Africa, bro. Now, I understand it does get quite hot out in these summer months, and I do get kind of dark in these summer months. However, if I was to go back to a country, it wouldn't be Africa. And I'll put my ancestry up here so you can see exactly where it would go. Off the top of my head, if I remember correctly, 34% of my ancestry, oddly, is Belgium or Southern England. It's a circle in there. That's so if I was going to go back anywhere, it'd be over there. And then all my African stuff is like 15% Nigerian, 5%. But yeah, a third of me is from that neck of the woods, coincidentally enough. So I guess I would be correct in rooting for Belgium against America if we're doing it that way. I don't listen. I don't have a dog in the fight. I do wish that we did have the World Cup more, because this is actually it's really cool seeing everyone just melding, and everyone's politics and religious affiliations and ethnic backgrounds. No one can give a fuck about that. No one cares. They're just having a good time for the love of the sport. And yeah, I hope either Belgium or Norway. That's who I'm going for. I really like that lead striker for Norway. Haaland, is that his name? Erling Haaland or whatever. Is that his name? He's really cool. I like him. I really want to get into soccer, and I've stated this before. I would really love to watch soccer. I just don't know. I know you have your national teams, and then you have your leagues. So you have your Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, all these leagues, the European. If I was going to watch soccer, it'd be the European leagues. I'm not watching MLS, because fuck that. That's another thing. You're anti-American again. The highest echelon of soccer is played in Europe. That's what I want to watch. It's like saying, would you rather watch collegiate football or professional football? Well, I want to watch the football at the highest level. So yeah, I'll watch the professional football. And when it comes to leagues, European, that's the highest tier, highest echelon. That's where the most money is. It's all in Europe. So yeah, I'll see. I really want to get into it. And then also real quick here, F1, as you can tell, a Red Bull fan all day. It's not been a great year for Red Bull. However, it has been a great year for Hajar. He's been doing really well lately, like 5th, 6th, 7th. I mean, he's been doing really well. So props to him. And then obviously, I love Kimi. Kimi has been killing it. Just killing it. He's a kid. He's doing great, and he's doing awesome. And I love that. And if Max Verstappen, it's not looking like he's going to be doing anything crazy, in terms of winning this year. However, Lewis Hamilton is in fine form this year. If he could win one with Ferrari, or if Kimi can win one as the young guy with Mercedes, I'll be completely happy with either one of those. I'll be completely happy. And then Leclerc, he won the last race, which is great. I love that. But yeah, if it's not going to be Red Bull and Verstappen, then it's going to be Hamilton and Antonelli, and I'm good with that. So that's everything. I just wanted to get that out there, talk. What are your guys' thoughts, feelings? How do you guys feel about the games going digital? How do you feel about the World Cup? How do you feel about the Jackass movie? Go ahead and comment below. Let me know, or don't. It doesn't matter. Either way. But yeah, I will end the plane there. I'll catch you guys later.